Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we got a 2210 John Deere. Don't know what year it is, but it's not mine, but it has some oil leaks. And the guy that purchased this tractor purchased it for $7,000. The hour meter has about 810 hours on it. And but it's got a leak at the injection pump, which it's an oil leak. It's underneath the timing shim somewhere, so that shouldn't be a big deal. But there's also a leak in the back. It could be, well, he seems to think it's a rear main seal, but it could also be the back of the valve cover gasket is leaking. It could be the oil pan is leaking. There's just oil coming from back there somewhere. So those things are going to be hard to fix with the engine in the tractor. And he asked John Deere about it, and it was going to be some stupid number of like $2,300 or more in labor. And he said, yeah, I'll see what else I can do about it. So he called me. Like, yeah, I don't think it's going to be that tedious, because it looks to me, okay, say if we pull the motor out, there's 4 bolts and a grounding strap and a couple of wires and radiator hose that holds that whole front piece together, and that just comes out. And then there's 4 bolts to the motor mounts. And then there should be, I think, only 4 bolts to the drive shaft or PTO shaft that comes off the back of the flywheel. It goes to the transmission. Other than that, you know, there's, matter of fact, the exhaust is bolted to the engine. Like, once you take apart that stuff, like 13 bolts, there's not much left holding the tractor in there other than the fuel line, throttle cable, and a couple of wires. But I have looked, and this motor, I don't know if this odometer is even right, or the hour meter, because this motor has been, it's been fiddled with. It's been violated. I mean, there's, I can see where the intake manifold has been off of it. The injectors have been out of it. It kind of looks like the front cover has been off, because I don't think the factory uses red RTV on the timing cover. I don't know if somebody just put a new hour meter in it or tachometer 800 hours ago or what, because this thing could potentially be 20 years old. The deck is in really good shape. It even has the paint inside of it, but still, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a low hour tractor. But before I get all carried away and pull the engine out of this thing, I'm going to take the deck off, I'm going to start it, and then get the shop fumed up really good. And I'm going to take my flashlight and inspect to see if I can pinpoint where any oil leaks are, because there is oil around the back of the valve cover, and it is leaking down the back of the engine. I know it's a common thing where a lot of people go thinking the worst, and it's like, oh man, the rear main seal is out. That's not always necessarily true, but they're not bad to do if you already got the engine out anyway. So let's do that. Let's take the deck out, and I'm going to fire it up and then look for some leaks, and I'll bring you in there. Taking the deck off it so far isn't so bad. The PTO even wasn't frozen. That's good. get that slid out of there. Now, is there more room on this side? This gearbox, it just ain't, there's no room to get the gearbox out. That's stupid. Why would they make it that way? Oh. Well, let's see. So that means either way I look at it, I might as well just jack the stupid thing off. There, can I get it out now? There. I really don't think a floor jack should be required to pull a deck out. I feel like they could have made it better. Maybe the wheels are just up that high. I don't know. That just seems dumb. Okay, so let's fire it up, and I'll get the work light out, and then we'll see if we can find some leaks. Okay, it's not so much, I don't think, the rear main seal, but there's a cover that goes on the back of the block, and I think the gasket around that is leaking because I can see oil starting to ooze out and behind the flywheel back there. So yes, we are going to indeed be pulling this engine out. Now, I don't think this is going to cost much in labor, in parts. It's just how many hours it's going to take me to do it. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to drain the coolant out. And while the coolant's draining out, I'm going to work on unbolting this front end here. And then once that's unbolted, it's just the four bolts, 2 on each side, and then the ground strap. Headlights, positive to the battery, because the battery's in there too. I think, like I said, I can just take all that out in one piece, and that'll make things really easy. And then, yeah, we'll work on taking this motor out. Great. Okay, I found the petcock for the radiator. It's not under the radiator as should be tradition. It's on a line that comes back and up under here. It's by the oil filter. Strange. Oh yeah. It's a good thing I use a clean bucket. This is some really nice looking antifreeze. I'm going to reuse this. Come on. Oh yeah, it's just gushing out of there. Sure. Let's see. Depressurize the system. Are you kidding me? Oh, there it goes. Oh, this is just the stupidest petcock ever. It's making a mess. Oh, I'm going to have to use 20 pounds of oil dry for this by the time it's said and done. Why would they make something so stupid? Oh, not pumped about that. Don't like it. But what do you do? Okay, there's our ground strap. See, that's just going to make it to where I have another hose disconnect. Oh, get on this side. Oh yeah, I think that's all we have. Oh yeah, that's going to work. I could take the whole grill, the battery, the radiator, everything's going to come off in one piece. That's going to greatly simplify things. Now, I don't know why John Deere, they see now, they charge $150 an hour. I mean, you know, because they're, I mean, that good, I guess. I don't know. I mean, probably not. I know they're not. But how many hours can this possibly take? I mean, it can't be that bad. I'm timing this, you know. I've only got like 10 minutes into it so far, and I feel like I'm a quarter of the way there already. Okay, so now headlights and positive battery cable. Man, I hate to be the guy that have to replace this battery, because what do you do? I mean, oh, you gotta take the grill off maybe? Does that just come off there? Oh, it does, I see. It does. You just take these two little pins out, I think this whole grill just pops off. Oh yeah, I bet ya. Uh-huh. Sure. It's gotta be, oh yeah, it is that way. Cool. Now I won't break it. Hopefully. Alright. Now we're cruising. Disconnect these headlights. Oh, easy. No problem. Alright, now, I guess I could have, no, it's easier to do it that way. Okay, so I'm going to take that off of there. Okay, so I'll take the lower rad hose off. Alrighty, got that. Stupid petcock hose, come off of there. I might have to, let's see, what is that? I can half inch and a zip tie. Take that off. Get rid of the zip tie. Now I'll get rid of the upper radiator hose, and this just sits here. Oh, wait a minute. Then we got the overflow. come on, play nice. What I like to do when I get a stuck hose, probably help if I pointed you at what I was doing. When I get a stuck hose, what I can do is stick a screwdriver in between it and just give it a shot of penetrating oil. Oh, yeah, you know, because this is your typical WD-40 here. Oh, there we go. There. And just kind of work that around a little bit, and then the hose will just pop right off, see? Okay. That worked good. Now, we'll get, let's see. Yeah, we'll get this guy off of here. Now that we got the upper radiator hose, lower radiator hose, petcock hose, overflow. Let's see, we got the battery disconnected. Where do these wires run to? All around like that. You see this? Who did this? Man. Okay. This is just stupid. Why? There we go. I got it. Now we got a clip holding that on there. Okay, so I just come to a realization that they made this either A, really dumb, or B, the person that was here the last time reran this wire the wrong way. Because there's a support bar under here, and they ran this wire through here with no way of getting those connectors back through there without something coming apart. That's just enough to frustrate a guy right there. But you know what? I might not have to just take it all the way off. I might be able to just gain enough slack to where a guy can just scoot this forward enough. I think I can. I'm pinching the wires. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think I can just scoot it right to the front of the frame like that. And that should give me plenty of room. Oh man, I really don't want that to fall off there. Oh. I have to be careful with that. Okay. Well, that part was pretty painless. So now, what we got left here? Starter wires. Let's see. Just a couple connectors on this side. And let's see. We got, and on this side we got fuel line, which we got a shut off right there for that, so that's handy. And we take the fuel line off. Okay. Now we'll just go on the floor, that's fine. Now we got, let's see. Get this off without breaking it. Get this off without breaking it. Okay. Use two vice grips. Okay, maybe. Come on. Don't let me down, vice grips. There we go. Okay, there's that. So, we got a fuel return take off. Why did that look brown? Huh. Okay, that's fine. Brown diesel fuel, that's never heard anything before. Alright. I don't even think we'll have to take the hood off. This is going good. Let's see, we got thermostat, switch, unit, temperature gauge thing. Okay, got that unplugged. Let's see, fuel shut off solenoid. Where's that plug in? This thing right here. Okay, fuel shut off solenoid. Need that disconnected. And then the oil pressure sending unit disconnected. You see, we're really cruising now. Okay, so now I think that's everything on this side. Looks like it. You know what I'm not seeing? The little hook thingies to pull the motor out. These usually have them. I just did a Kubota not too long ago. I had them, and a Kubota and a Yanmar is just practically the same thing. I mean, Yanmars are really good little engines. These things are, they're designed to run a good solid 6,000 hours, you know, if you maintain them the way they're supposed to be. And you can even abuse them a little bit and they'll still run forever. Let's see, so I'm pretty sure I got all the electrical things unplugged over here, and fuel lines and coolant lines. So now we just got to disconnect these plugs here. Alternator. Let's see, does this one even really need to be? No, that one runs to. Okay, so we got a couple ground straps. That's probably, yeah, it's smaller than ½ inch. Okay, I get. Is that the size? Oh, it's smaller than that. What is that, like a 7/16? 13. It wasn't 7/16. It's 12 millimeter. That's the one that always throws me off. Because I mean, you could go years without finding a 12 millimeter bolt, and then all of a sudden there one is. They probably made it a 12 because they figured everybody lost the 10 already. I guess that's the joke. everybody loses the 10 mil. Now, let's see. Let's get, come on. What size is that now? Is that a 1/2 inch? Maybe. That's probably a 1/2 inch. Ish. 1/2 inch-ish will work. That's probably a 13. Where's that one? You're telling me that's also a 12? We're just going to start using 12 millimeter now? Yeah, sure. Okay. And then got the starter switch underneath there, which was just barely sitting in there, so that's good. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, I guess we'll have to probably disconnect the old tachometer cable here. Oh, and then there's another stupid zip tie that's going to be in the way. Yeah. There we go. So now okay, so we'll get these motor mounts unbolted from the engine, and then there's that yeah, the flywheel, brain fart, you know, the drive shaft. Yeah, there we go. Call it a drive. I was having trouble looking for words. Okay, so there's that. Now I think all I gotta do, yeah, see that's slotted. So all I gotta do is take the bottom bolts out, and then the rubber bushings and everything should just lift right off of there. You know, if everything's right in the world and all that. Okay, I'll zip the other two off. Oh, the tire's kind of in the way of this one. Let's see. This rubber bushing don't look too happy. Right, so engine should be basically unbolted now. Unless There's some bolts that I ain't seeing underneath somewhere, and I don't think so. Because these rubber bushings kind of, you know, let the vibration happen. Because these little motors do vibrate. And then there's a rubber bushing that comes off the joint for the drive shaft back there. That will need to be replaced, because if I put it back together, it'll just do nothing but vibrate anyway, so I'll have to get a new one. That's coming from an actual John Deere technician, so I believe him. I believe him. He's a trustworthy source. But, okay, so now I got to get underneath here, which means I need to reposition my work light. And also try to get you guys under there somehow. Okay, well, I'm seeing a problem with this. You see, right here's the flywheel, and then there's this big plate welded in. That's pretty nice. I mean, that's going to protect it from all kinds of stuff. And it's also going to protect it from me getting to that stupid thing. Now what do I got to do to get in? I can see it from the side. Do I got to... I think what I got to do here is I got to take... It looks like I can take this plastic piece off right here. This little plastic deal maybe. Looks like I got what is there? 8 screws. I'm gonna have to take the throttle lever off. I hope that's all I gotta do, because this looks stupid. Okay, calm down. All right, 10 millimeter. Okay, we'll try this. Okay. Put that on. Too much extension. Okay. Oh, I bet I'm probably gonna have to, I don't know, I might have enough wire in behind there to give me enough slack to move this thing around, I'm hoping. I bet you I'm gonna take them Phillips screws out too. You know, I see these panels sitting here. Panels. Like, oh, that just must be for a connector or a fuse or something. Well, I can see the thing I need to get to, but that's not an adequate access panel. I guess I've dealt with dumber dashes than this one so far. I don't have it out yet, though. I could be cussing any second now. because we still got the parking brake under there somewhere, and I don't know how that's going to disconnect. Let's see, does that, oh, I got one more screw over here. Okay, because this, I just got to get it popped up a little bit out of the way. See, it's dirty anyhow, I just need to be cleaned. Come on. Come on. I suppose the floor is going to be, if I have to take this floor panel off, I'm going to be pissed. Okay. So there's a linkage for the brake that I could disconnect. But I'm still not seeing any good way to get in there. Oh yeah, they got a grease zerk in there too. How's a guy ever going to get to that? All right, I don't know if you guys can see in there or not, but this is just held in by a cotter pin. If I can get that bent off of there and get that rod off of the linkage there, that will free me up from the parking brake. So I'll get that off of there, and then I might be able to get that plastic piece out of the way, but as of right now, I'm not seeing what that's going to gain me. Okay. You know, this was going so well for a minute. And then they had to make things all complicated. And I'm starting to wonder if I'm also going to have to take that stupid floor pan off. I hope I don't, but I might have to. Maybe that's where the labor comes into play at John Deere. There we go. Okay. So, get the washer. There's our parking linkage. Okay, we got parking linkage off. I'll just stick this back in here so I forget what I did with it. Right. Maybe not. Maybe I don't want to do this more than once. Stick it in this way and then I'll surely lose it. Okay. Yeah, stick that like that. Okay. Now let's go back up top. Okay. So now we got that disconnected. I don't understand. Ah, there we go. You don't suppose, let me get you in here. You don't suppose, being they put all this in the way of the thing, there's this plate right here, and there's only 4 bolts holding it on. You don't suppose that maybe, just maybe, that, where's my, Let's see, is this it? No, that's it. Just maybe that that's the access panel. Wouldn't that be something? Oh boy. This is just getting stupider by the minute. And also, I don't know how I'm going to get on there. Let's just take the whole tractor apart. Sure. I've heard that about these things. That you end up taking most of the tractor apart just to get to the thing that you want to get to sometimes. Oh boy, that's on there good. Oh, okay. I think we made it. I think. This has got to be it. Okay. So there it is. I got this little handy access panel there. So here's what I'm seeing. That is on a spline shaft, and that just slides out from that. It's like a rubber isolator, I think is what they call that. And so basically that access panel is to grease the U-joint and, you know, smash the hole, you know, just really smash my hand when I stick it in there. Now it looks like there might be a retainer. I might have to pop that retainer ring off. I bet you that holds on to the thing. Okay. Well, I'm probably not gonna be able to show you guys too much of that process, but I'll give it a whirl. Okay, there is no way my Sasquatch mitts are going to fit in that hole with a pair of snap ring pliers, and I don't have any with a long handle because it's a snap ring holding a pin that's holding that shaft and that little U-joint there. But I did find out if I take a 3-inch extension and I believe a 6-inch extension and a deep well socket, that I can get that, fish that in through here, and I can just unbolt that isolator. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to try to unbolt that isolator, and we'll take the engine out that way, and then we can deal with that later, because if the engine's out of the way, we'll have room to work on it. Okay, let's do that. There's one isolator bolt. Now I gotta pour the motor over to get to the next one. Right. There, now we're getting out of compression stroke. That one's on there good. Okay. Let's see, now we're halfway there. I'm going to have a blast putting this back together. But what I'm going to do is after I get that isolator unbolted, I should be able, oh, I see, that's, looks like it's got a roll pin through it. I don't know, this might just be common practice to do it this way. I don't know. It might be. Either way, we only got 2 more bolts to go and we'll have it free, and then we can yank this motor out. Oh, there's only, you know what? I think this is the last one. It's a 3-bolt pattern, not 4. Really? No. Yeah, it is. Okay, we're free. We are free. It's just these 3 bolts holding it in there. Okay, that's good. That's good. So the motor's free. Now I gotta get out from under here, first of all. And my battery's about to die. Okay, so I've been going at this for, I don't know, probably close to an hour. I've shut the camera off a couple of times. But yeah, we're there. We just got to pull the motor out. So I'm going to go grab a new battery and a sandwich, and then we're going to pull this motor out and go from there. Okay, so now, being that there's really no like hooks or anything to pick this engine up with, what I'm going to do is I got this ratchet strap wrapped up underneath of it, and hoping that this will work. It should come out of there. Man, I hope I don't have to take the hood off. Not that it'll be a huge deal, but I really don't want to have to take the hood off. If I don't have to, I just don't know if I am going to get enough clearance there. And it's really hard to get this cherry picker in here in such a way. If I had a gantry crane, I'd probably, no, because then I'd really have to take the hood off. Let's see. I just don't think that's going to work either. What am I going to do? Shoot. What do I even got to do to take the hood off? Oh, well, that might not even be that bad. Is that just, maybe the hood isn't a big deal. Really? That's all you gotta do to take the hood off? Oh. Well, apparently the hood comes off really easily. It's just too bad that's what was holding my work light. Well, should have took this cotter pin out first. Hopefully I can get that out of there. Without too much trouble. Oh, it is a little cotter pin and a washer holding that on there. Okay. Washer. Okay, now the hook should come off there. Something there. Okay. Holy smokes. I have a feeling that I was the one that made that hard on myself. Okay. So now way it ain't binding up on nothing. Dang thing's tilting in such a way. Is it catching on something back here? Kind of. It needs to come forward a little bit. I just don't want to get hung up on anything that's important. You know what I mean? Get that out of the way. It looks like the flywheel, it's catching up underneath here. I just gotta find a good way to get a pry bar to push it forward. Now I'm caught on probably this back corner motor mount. Still, yes. Okay, so wait a minute. That's that. Okay. So I'm hung up on that back corner motor mount, and the flywheel is catching to where, if you look here in the front, my motor mounts are up, so I might have to lower it back down and then take the pry bar and pry it up somehow and pull it out. I got to come forward about 2 inches and the thing would be free. So close. Oh, got it. I just had to pry in just the right spot. Okay, now if I can just get it to come forward. Oh, it's only got to come forward like another 1/4 of an inch. Let's make sure I'm not smashing anything that I don't not to smash. Looks like we're good so far. Oh. Okay, I do see one problem. I'm looped underneath my power steering lines. Well, shoot, that ain't gonna work. So, I didn't see that before. It's a good thing I looked and caught it. That just means we got to undo our ratchet strap. And run it on the other side of the lines. There we go. Well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't get too far, otherwise I would have been buying new power steering lines potentially. That would have sucked. Okay, so now Try this again. I wonder if I just hook this up here, or maybe, no, that's fine, probably right there. Actually, can I get, yes, excellent, okay. Okay, let's try this. Oh, wait a minute. Dang it. That's not where I wanted that. Okay, now let's see what happens. Oh. Yep. Alright. Are we smashing anything yet? Getting close, huh? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Glow plugs. Almost forgot, but well, I did forget about the glow plugs. Remember to unplug your glow plugs. Step 35. Okay. Is that it now? Can I push this thing out of the way without wrecking the radiator? Get away from the radiator. Okay. Okay, there you have it. See, I've never taken one of these apart, and even I got it done in under an hour. So if you want to save yourself a couple $1,000, I mean, there's really not much to it. I mean, I showed you the guesswork, you know. I didn't know you had to take that stupid plastic panel off and that little access panel to get to that. And that ought to be some information. Just don't have to really unbolt much of anything at all for the front end. It's like 5 bolts and you're good. Now, as far as this engine is concerned, all we'll have to do to fix that cover in the back, which I'm pretty sure, yeah, it might actually be the rear main seal. There's a cover that goes over the crankshaft for the rear main seal. I can't remember if the oil pump is in the back. I'm thinking, no, it's got to be in the front because that's where the gear set is. I can't remember what the deal was with that, or there's something to deal with that. I can't remember what it was, but anywho, so to take that off, the flywheel is going to be no big deal, especially got an impact. I mean, if you want to, you know, make sure you put it back in the right spot, you know, of course. But as far as the rest of these leaks, now we'll clean this thing up real good and fix this leak here. And I think that's it for leaks. I mean, these are really stout little motors. I mean, if usually anything goes wrong, it's just leaks or needs valves tying, or, you know, valves set, you know, I don't know. I mean, you take care of your stuff, it'll last a long time, but some people just don't know, I guess. But there you have it. How to pull a Yanmar diesel out of a 2210 compact tractor in under an hour. So this is going to be a two-part series because I've got quite a bit of time into this video already. So when I get parts for that, we're going to fix this thing up, make it leak free, and put it back together again. So make sure you like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next part. Thanks for watching.